Austria, it's full throttle, lights out, and we are going. Spielberg, superb start from pole position once again by Pecco. Nailed it, just as he did in the sprint yesterday. Really good start as well by Luke Marini. He's up beside P3, although he nearly lost the race.
And Benzecchi, Fabio Quartararo is 7th, and Jorge Martin, with that long lap penalty to come, is up 4 into 8th.
Vinales trying to recover from another poor start. He has got through on his teammate Aleix Espargaro halfway round this opening.
Really trying to attack because he's so close, and you don't want to be that close for too long because of front tyre temperature. So he's clearly aiming at trying to get in the front, get the cool air, because more than 3, maximum 4.
The back once again of Pecco Bagnaia. It's already a second of empty timeout behind Binder to the second of the factory KTMs of Jack Miller. Jorge Martin has not yet served that long lap penalty. He's got 3 laps to come through there. At the moment
Today's sprint, looking to complete another solid weekend. There he is in 4th spot. His brother Marc Marquez down in 17th place, having been the only rider of 23 to go out there with the Michelin soft rear tyre.
It was a really tough second lap for Fabio Quartararo.
Early on as Quartararo runs wide through turn number 9.
So that's where he lost all that time then at the end of the second lap, and you'll see Bastianini just easing through, and Zarco.
But Bagnaia just too good himself on the front end of that Ducati, and Pecco Bagnaia will know at the back of his mind as he sees on his pit board, sees the lap counter, Binder plus 0.1. He will know at some point that Binder's going to have sat behind Jack Miller for the first 3.5 laps. Alex Marquez at the moment, he's 1.8 seconds off your lead. Straight away there, he was able to put nearly half a second between himself and Miller in that 3rd spot.
And because of the last time around, did a 1:13.4, which was quicker than everyone ahead of him, with the exception of the leading 3.
This was the race start, and look at the superb launch that Bagnaia got from pole position. Maverick Vinales just goes the wrong grip. Over the line, nearly a quarter of a second between Bagnaia and Binder, with Alex Marquez 1.7 seconds behind 2nd spot.
And the fastest rider on circuit
in this Austrian Grand Prix, and we're on lap number 7, and the KTM factory team are already getting a message through to Brad Binder about mapping 2, so already potentially changing the mappings, altering the power just to try and...
They'd flown off.
Crikey, if it wasn't for rotten luck, Miguel Oliveira wouldn't have any luck at all, would he? Skittled out in that first corner collision yesterday. 3rd time this season he's been wiped out after Marc Marquez in Portimao, Fabio Quartararo in Jerez. It's 301 days since Marc Marquez last saw a checkered flag in a Sunday Grand Prix. October the 23rd, 2022 at the Malaysian Grand Prix in Sepang. The helicopter shot picks up our leaders then. Pecco Bagnaia, the factory
to sit there, wait for the right time to attack.
Yeah, thanks to that, Simon. At the moment on this 9th lap, Bagnaia has taken the lead by over half a second for the first time in this race. We've just seen there Jorge Martin pick off the... And you shouldn't look back in anger, you shouldn't have regrets, but I'm sure Maverick Vinales has to have a couple at the end of this weekend, having started on the front row, 2nd place, awesome pace on Friday, brilliant pace, so much potential on Saturdays.
To choose between them, in fact Benzecchi once again was the fastest rider on circuit. He did a 1:13.3, a 10th of a second quicker than the leader is going, so we've got an all Ducati battle at the moment for 3rd place, the 73 against the 72.
Emotions on Binder's current status.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is it's okay up to a second, you know, and that's what I think a rider would want, but if it goes over a second, you know that, or yeah, especially well over a second.
7.68 was the margin over the line as Miller continues to go the wrong way. He's now picked off by another factory Aprilia. This time around it's Aleix Espargaro who's gone through. That's put the British Grand Prix winner up into 7th spot.
It feels like
adding more pain to what's been a tricky Sunday here for Miller in KTM's home Grand Prix. There you go, confirmation screens of the track there this morning. Just has not got again. There's a shake of the head there coming out of that final corner from Miller. It's been
attacking Zarco.
Yeah, nice move that then by the Beast. They've got a bit of a pre-race boost this morning when he topped the 10-minute warm-up session. They're trying some radical setups on that GP23. Not a comfortable ride at the moment for Bastianini. Just starting to threaten to get that advantage over Binder to over a second, that sort of magic second that Simon was alluding to. Binder fighting tooth and nail to keep it around 8 to 9 tenths.
It was a 30.7 for the South African in second, which is why he's now dropped to around 1.1 seconds off the pace, although that's nothing compared to the problems of his teammate at the moment. Jack Miller's about to be overtaken by Fabio Quartararo, who pulled off the overtake of the year into the...
Crypto data are left, and he's got a track limits warning as well. So has the likes of Iker Lecuona and Fabio Di Antonio. None of that trio currently circulating in the point scoring places. This was the attempted and ultimately unsuccessful overtake.
To the South African up ahead, you could see just behind Bezzecchi, the second Mini VR46 Ducati of Luca Marini. He did a 130.8 last time around, so he's holding a pretty safe and secure big place. Here he is on the number 10. He had a good outing
2-3 years ago, and ran wide. Let's see the track on the last lap, an automatic penalty, which meant Marco Bezzecchi gleefully took the race win. And Jorge Martin will clearly feel that he not started from the back of that fourth row with his fastest lap cancelled. Well, 2.5, that was half a second quicker than Binder in second place. Binder dipping back into 131s. Valentino Rossi, the manager and mentor of Pecco Bagnaia, he'll be loving the work. Pecco Bagnaia, some additional thoughts from you?
No, just that I think everyone can see Brad in the last lap or so is losing.
For the win, because Bagnaia in cruise control right now. Brilliant performance by him. This is the battle that's raging for third, fourth and fifth, still headed by Marquez.
Good news for Binder is that he is still lapping quicker than Alex Marquez.
3 after Portimao and Mugello. Well, that dream double is looming large, isn't it? We're on board now then with Bezzecchi. He's tried this move once before. He's closer this time around on Alex Marquez. Can he pull it up to the apex? He's going in wide again, and they almost between 3 and 4. The MotoGP bikes briefly hit 6th gear, 300 kilometres an hour, and then you're decelerating down to second gear, 75 kilometres an hour for turn number 4. And he just got sucked in there behind Alex Marquez, so it was in a little bit hot. A 131.5 on a 20-lap-old soft rear tyre in these baking hot conditions. That's an outstanding effort by Marquez.
Yeah, he's in a three-way battle at the moment with Jack Miller and Frankie Morbidelli just up ahead of him. Guess that does include the sight on the rear tyre, and you can see how much of a slingshot he gets onto the start-finish straight.
He's tried it twice up the hill into the first corner. Is it going to be third time lucky for Marco Bezzecchi? No, he's not close enough to attack Marquez. Alex Marquez.
Turn 2, look how much tighter line Bezzecchi's able to take. He's clearly got more grip at the moment on the edge of the tyre than Alex Marquez has got. This is turning into a bit of a rolling roadblock at the minute, and if Bezzecchi doesn't attack soon, he'll have Marini for company.
Yeah, here comes Bezzecchi.
And what I believe is it's pretty obvious that Pecco can keep a more consistent lap time. Everyone can see it. And Brad got to a point where it dropped off a cliff. You know, he lost some performance. And electronics-wise, and I believe we're getting better tyre life.
Yeah, good point that, Simon. Pecco Bagnaia just on a completely different level right now. Although Marco Bezzecchi, to his credit, seems like the persuasive powers of 9 times world champion Valentino Rossi are going to tempt Marco Bezzecchi to remain in Mini VR46 Ducati next year, despite the fact he won't have access to the latest spec GP24. The loyalty working back.
Is our brother on? Alex Marquez says, not just yet, Luca.
Marquez versus the Rossi family. We've seen that a few times, haven't we, down the years? We're not going to dig up old rivalries. We'll leave it to the current star.
Good come under late pressure from Vinales.
A really good rescue job this by this man. He's going to, without any question, barring any late disasters, any late drama, continue Ducati's domination here in Austria. Just look at that consistency. Lap 3, a 129.8.
Long lap penalty, presumably for the same thing he'd also received in track limits warning. That's likely to cost him a World Championship point to his teammate Augusto Fernandez.
So we're on board then with Brad Binder. The KTM fans are on all this, but what's and maybes, of course, had he not started 7th and then had to work so hard and spend so long to get through on the hard-charging Alex Marquez. But it looks like after his sprint disappointment, there's a podium on offer here for Bez.
If you're on the lookout for some late...
In Supreme once again here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg. Few more jubilant celebrations inside the factory Ducati garage. Pecco Bagnaia wins by a mile, 5.1 seconds ahead of Brad Binder. Back up there, isn't he? A proper pat on the back. Valentino Rossi then, 2 VR46 Academy riders on the podium. Let's get some thoughts from Ducati technical genius Gigi Dall'Igna, who's beside me.
Yes, Gigi, it looked to me.
Now here at the Red Bull Ring.